What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back into the video on the channel. And today, look, this is one that was really requested. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, and I brought it up in a video before this, but I got the Grimace meal from McDonald's that consists of, this is going to be a weird, but I'm going to try to get through as fast as I can without talking fast story. Normally, you get this with a Big Mac or a 10-piece chicken McNugget. You don't see that here, which I'll get into in a second. It also comes with fries, as well as this Grimace shake, which is like the only way. They actually will not sell it to you unless you get the meal, which, nice play by McDonald's. We'll get to that as well. But it is a purple milkshake, which we will find out what that tastes like. Again, drop a thumbs up, you guys. I'm going to give you a little quick backstory. While I get into this, I'm going to unwrap the 2 bacon McDoubles I got instead of the 10-piece McNuggets, which I'll kind of tell you. But the Grimace meal, to me, is something that I think it's a cool idea, but you could have just had people buy the shake. I don't think it was necessary to have them buy the entire meal. Some restaurants will let it slide and give it to you because they agree, but normally they're not going to give it to you without the shake. So anyway, we got 2 bacon McDoubles here because I ordered this off of Uber Eats for a reason, which I will get into as well. I got a lot of things to get into. They didn't give me my 10-piece when I ordered it. I actually ordered these bacon McDoubles with the spicy pepper sauce on it because it's my favorite thing to get from McDonald's. So they did give me that, but they didn't give me my 10-piece. So I ended up getting this meal pretty much for free because they had to refund me my money because I sent the thing to the help that said, listen, you forgot my 10-piece, which is the point of the meal, which I don't like doing, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Like, I want to get what I ordered, especially when I'm making a video with it. But the Grimace meal costs, on its own, anywhere between $12 and $16, depending on which you order. We will get into that after I try this. I know most people just want to see what this tastes like. Again, I haven't looked up any descriptions because I didn't want to know what was going on. But let's see what this tastes like. So the Grimace shake is purple with some whipped cream on top, and that's pretty much all I have on that. Let's try it out. The shake, to me, is actually pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It has a berry flavor to me. I've actually talked to a few people that have had it because they were talking about how, you know, it tasted because they were asking me to review it. And they said that it tasted like vanilla. I probably talked to about 6 or 7 people, and I'd probably say 2 or 3 said it tastes like vanilla. The other said it tastes like berry. I taste berry. This is going to be a weird thing to compare this to, but what I'm getting, I'm weird. Specifically, wild berry Pop-Tart. I doubt there's wild berry Pop-Tart in here, but that flavor that goes in a wild berry Pop-Tart, which I don't think they make anymore, it tastes just like this. Do I think this shake is good? I do. Would I get this shake again? No. That's a weird thing to say. The reason why is because I don't want to pay $13 just to get it. If they sold it by itself and I was at McDonald's and say I want to get a McDouble and one of these shakes, it's a W. But you can't do that. So you have to be wary of that, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about. But if I'm rating this, I'm going to take my passion out of this part. If I'm rating this, as far as milkshakes go, fast food, desserts, and things of that nature, I would give this like an 8 out of 10. I think it's good. I do. I like the berry flavor. I just wish that I could get it without having to buy all of this other stuff. But notwithstanding, if you want to try it, I think you should try it. Just understand, and this is what I want to talk about as I eat this because, well, hell, I paid for it. I tried 3 different apps, and this is the reason I use Uber Eats. I don't live far from McDonald's, by the way, but for content purposes, I decided to use the different apps just to see what was going on. 3 different apps I tried. I tried DoorDash, I tried Uber Eats, and lastly, I tried McDonald's app itself, which is what I normally use when I'm picking food up anyway. I just clicked the thing that said McDelivery to see the difference between. Now imagine there are 10-piece nuggets here because they're supposed to be. The cheapest one was Uber Eats. McDonald's' own app it came out to, and I actually have all 3 prices. Now, a couple of things. Like I said, I got the exact same meal. Each one. So, 2 bacon McDoubles and the Grimace meal. The McDonald's app came out to $38.23. That's including the delivery fees, and each one I kept the tip the same to keep it uniform. I put a $6 tip. That's not what I tipped when I actually ordered it, but just to keep everything fair. So that includes everything, $38.23. The DoorDash order cost $33.64. And Uber Eats, including the tip, cost $28.63. Right? $23.63. The exact same thing each time. I found that very interesting. The exact same McDonald's from all three, and the exact same order. 3 different prices. And McDonald's' own app, which is usually the best one to use, was the worst. Which is crazy. Crazy. But it just goes to show you that you never know how much each thing is going to cost. This is literally like the worst McDonald's. The fries taste like crap. I'm telling you. And I got all these dipping sauces, and I don't have the nuggets to dip them in. What a bummer. Like, that pains me. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking forward to the nuggets. One of the few things from McDonald's I still like really rock with. But I didn't get them. At least I did. But this is actually, I got like a $13 refund. I paid over $30 when you include the tip, because I always try to tip a lot higher for like DoorDash drivers and stuff. Or in this case, Uber Eats. No, it ended up being free. The Grimace meal itself, this was the cheapest one. Again, same McDonald's. Weird. This one was $12. The other 2 were $14.88. Like, they might want to get on the phone and be like, hey, listen, bro, but my advice, especially if you're a person who cares about how much money you spend on food, which, believe it or not, I still do, I would check the different apps if you're going to order. I know a lot of people are upset about DoorDash prices, and understandably so. And I'm not just saying DoorDash should just keep using the same one. Uber Eats, DoorDash, etc. I get why you're upset, because I think it's annoying as hell. But that's just how business works. I was explaining, when you get a DoorDash order, you got to pay 3 people. You have to pay the person who drove it to you. You have to pay the restaurant itself. And you have to pay the app for facilitating all of that to happen. So just the way business works, like, the prices are going to be jacked up unless you're going to go get it yourself. Unfair? Yes, but not unfair, because everybody deserves their cut. The restaurant definitely deserves their cut for making it for you. The app is the one that invented this entire idea, because I know people kind of forget this, but 10 years ago, you couldn't get fast food delivered to your house. Like, you had to go get it. If you wanted McDonald's, you had to go to McDonald's. Now you do at least have the option to get McDonald's delivered to your house. And that didn't exist for my entire life, up until this became as popular as it is. So we've got to take that into consideration. The driver is the one doing the work that I didn't want to do, and you don't want to do when you go get your food. So they deserve to get paid. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, they should be including that in tips and all that other stuff. That's just not how the world works. If you really care about money when it comes to how much you pay for it and stuff like that and your food, you gotta go get it. It's gonna be expensive unless you get pizza that delivers. Even they charge delivery charges unless you order a certain amount. They gotta make money. That's just the way that it goes. So I completely get where people are coming from, but I kind of wanted to explain how those delivery services work and why. The reason that the restaurant jacks the prices up, the last thing I'll say about it, is because if they sell, okay, say I sold a burger for $3 at a restaurant. Now, whatever it costs to make, production cost, minus that from the $3, that's your profit margin. When I say production cost, that's going to include paying your employees, restaurant dues, etc., etc. But just to keep it uniform, say that cost $1, the production cost. So you made a $2 profit on a $3 burger. Now, if I want to make that same $2 profit on a $3 burger, and they're taking more because DoorDash itself or Uber Eats or whatever takes like $5 or $6, or they take 40%, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure now. I know they had to change a couple of things. So if they're taking 40% of $3, and again, we'll just keep it uniform so we can have round numbers, and say they took 50%, you only made $1.50. on that burger. Normally you made a $2 profit. Now you're already at $1.50 before you paid anybody. So how do I get that same profit? I have to jack the prices up on my app, because if not, I literally lose money at that point, because again, I'm left with $1.50 after DoorDash, like, or Uber Eats or whatever took it. Now I have another $1.50 left, and I got to pay my employee, which is normally $1. That's what I said in the first place, right? I'm left with 50 cents. 50 cents profit on a burger just wouldn't make sense for the restaurant to even waste their time doing it at that point. But they still have the opportunity, and they try to steer you from DoorDash. They even tell you they'll charge you cheaper. A lot of pizza places, they'll say, like, listen, don't use DoorDash anymore when you go there, for this reason. They don't want to charge you that. And these are things that I've gotten because I've spoken to restaurant owners, by the way. Like, this is how it works. And over the past, what I asked them, I said, why do it cost so much? And being a person who runs a business outside of this, I was curious and they explained it to me the exact same way. Well, not the exact same way, but they told me basically that they take a cut. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. So I'm just informing you on why they do that. If you can, don't use the apps, but understand if you do, check the different ones if you care about money. You know, as far as like how much you're paying, which I think I do. So that's why I do these things in check. I always tell you use the apps and different things. I try to do my research for that reason. Because food these days is crazy. Which brings me to my last point. I tried to explain this to like a couple of people that are older than me, how much it costs to eat at McDonald's now, and they were astounded. Like, astounded. Now, I'm not trying to sound like an old person, but I'm old. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to call myself old at this point. I remember when a McDonald's cheeseburger was like 69 cents, bro. It might have been a hamburger. I think a cheeseburger was like 89, and a hamburger was like 69. Then they went with the dollar menu, which I love. And I always get into this. I don't want to go too hard because I get so annoyed at this stuff. They went with the dollar menu, is what they called it back then. Now it's called the value menu because nothing costs $1. But back then, everything cost $1. A McChicken, double cheeseburger, small fry, small drink. There was just a couple of things. I think a 4-piece McNugget. All was $1. So you could walk into McDonald's theoretically with $5 and actually eat. This Grimace meal is a fucking ripoff, bro. Excuse my language. I didn't actually curse, but, you know, it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff. The fact that they want you to pay $14 just so you can get this shake and try it is insane. It's insane. The shake's good, and that's why I was saying, like, I just think it's incredibly dumb. I don't like that at all. But just let people buy the damn shake. Like, you put some berry stuff in a vanilla shake and was like, okay, that'd be $15 for some nuggets and some fries. That's wild, bro. That's wild. So, I've been conflicted these last few, I want to say months, over, like, reviewing more. Like, I review fast food for two reasons. One, I've always been a fan of fast food. Even though I don't always do fast food, I still, when there's something new, I get excited. And just like most people do. And I enjoy making that content, and I know people enjoy watching that content, but at the same time, I feel like they're insulting us at this point by charging us so much stuff. Like, there's two different prices on this. It was either $3.70 or $4.30, depending on which app you used. Delivery charges notwithstanding. Like, taking that off. That's crazy, bro. For breaking the double? Like, what are we doing? I charge for sauces. Only one does. Uber Eats does. DoorDash and McDonald's themselves don't. But they charge you a quarter. So, who's making these prices? Because it's McDonald's. They set their own prices. So, if McDonald's themselves don't charge you for extra sauce, but Uber Eats does, somebody lying. It don't even make sense no more. And I just feel like all these people are just trying to get over. Like, just tell me what it costs and charge me that. And McDonald's and all these franchises used to have uniform prices too. They don't anymore. You can go from one McDonald's to the next and it's a different price. For real. Which is why people will tell me, oh, I live in Illinois and a McDouble here is $6. I get production costs, I get all of that stuff, but it's still very confusing these days. And I just feel like a lot of these, especially fast food, more than fast casual, are like, they're just dangerously close to just charging people fast casual prices. They try to change the name now. They call them quick service restaurants, which is literally the same thing. Just change the name, like literally. That's like if I stopped calling this a hoodie and I called it a cardigan, even though cardigan's something else. Like, it's the same damn thing. You just change the name. So they call them quick service restaurants now, QSRs. Now it's a lingo. And they, you know, charge you. This is $14, bro. A Five Guys cheeseburger is $12. This is $14. I know, oh, you get the fries, and oh, I would rather pay $19 at Five Guys and get a significantly better meal than pay $15 here and get a meal that's worse. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. So, Five Guys is not $4 better than McDonald's, especially for, that's crazy. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stop because I don't want to rant about this. I rant about it all the time, but just, I'm gonna continue to review fast food. You guys want to see it, and I still want to eat it, but I'm not, like, you're getting bare minimum amounts of stuff from me at this point. I don't do as much as I used to, but if I agree with something, I'll tell you. If I don't agree with it, I'm gonna tell you. Some people look at this as complaining and stuff like that, but this is me just being honest for the fact that I'm not a fake person, and I'm not gonna sit here and just tell you to go do something for profit or something like that. Like, I'm just never gonna be that type of person. If I don't believe in something, I'm gonna say it. A lot of people think I like everything, and now I have people telling me I don't like everything, which I find funny, but, you know, I'm somewhere in between, man, because I'm just real. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm gonna leave it at that. 8 out of 10 is good. I talked for another additional 15 minutes about nothing, but I felt like there was stuff that you kind of might want to know. At least I got some condiments, which I paid for, and it still was cheaper. I'm so confused. But anyway, W shake, L where my nuggets. Y'all already know the vibes, man. We will be back tomorrow. More content, man. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.